So carrying on with World Jenny's Day, and all the people that are supporting you, have you seen a change? This is one of the questions I really wanted to ask you was, have you seen a change in people's attitudes towards their teenagers from what you're trying to do and help? Have you seen a change in that? Or do you think there is still a very, very big mountain we need to climb?
Huge mountain, huge mountain. And as you know, it's very close to my heart, because changing your conversation with your teenager isn't something that you can go, okay, there's the dial, I've changed it. And even trying to practice it, because the moment you go, right, I have to say this and I should say that and I must say, you're filled with judgment. That's the judgment side I talk about. So the moment you're judging and stepping on eggshells as to how you should, it means that you're likely to go and get it wrong in your value system, because there's no wrong or right, actually. When you've got it in manageability, everything serves. So, and that's a skill. I call it daily mental and emotional gym when I work with people, because working our bodies out, we all know about that, and getting fit. I do ballet. We've got Claire coming up just now. I do ballet with her. We all know that, but nobody has told us that working out our thoughts and emotions on a daily basis is just as important, partly because nobody knows there are skills and tools to do that. And that's what I've been able to do with parents and teenagers and anybody else that's willing to work it.
And I know that there is no lessons in how to talk. Okay, it's the same as no lessons in how to be a parent. You become a parent. That's it. You have to learn as you go on. And I consider myself hopefully a good dad, and someone that can give back to his sons. But I still struggle, massively struggle, to communicate with my twins at times. So much so that actually I had a bit of a breakdown yesterday where my son kept asking me, why do I have to do what you're saying? Why do I have to do it the way you've said it? Why? Now, don't get me wrong. It's not because he's being a naughty boy. He's being actually very inquisitive, and he's actually wanting to understand. He's a very intelligent young man. And he's constantly questioning why, so that he can get a better consistency in his mind. But I, as a father, get very upset with that, because I'm like, don't question me, young man. Don't question. And I get very upset with it. And that's the wrong way of looking at it, I assume, because
no, it's not the wrong way.
Right. Okay. So tell us.
Right way, and it's really difficult to put this into simplistic terms, because what's happening is you're judging what's happening. You're judging yourself, and you're judging what's happening from a one-sided perception. Remember, I was saying to you that I had to realize there was more than just the loss of Jenny. Well, it happens with everything. So when you're doing a term of reference and a term of reaction to your child like that, you're not seeing the whole picture. You're seeing half the picture, and you're reacting from that half picture. Okay. And so the more you judge it, and this, I always say, it's like saying to a toddler, you see that corner over there? You're so not allowed to go there. Guess where they go? It's like, what? What's that? Why can't I be? Yeah. And when we do that to ourselves and say, I so mustn't say that, and I so mustn't react like that, guess where you go? You go just there. It's all part of the knee-jerk reaction I talk about. So these skills and techniques start helping you to gain the insight as to where the other side of that continuum is happening, what it is, and then suddenly you're powerfully managing your excessive self-judgments, because it's about starting on yourself. You think it's about getting your child right, or your parent, or whoever it is outside yourself. And it isn't. Right. It's about going within and starting new internal conversations that don't come from fear and judgment, but come from open-hearted understanding that whatever we're producing in one time or another is just in an excessive form, and how to bring it into manageability. And when you do that, new conversations come out your mouth. You go, wow, where did that come from? That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
wise, because you're no longer operating from judgment and fear.
Love that. Love that. And one of my biggest goals in life is to quieten my ego to a point where it becomes spiritual. And I think egos can be a big crusher on communication, on relationships. And I think when you've got the ego there, it can actually be very negative and very poisonous. Whereas if you actually calm the ego and understand the concept behind other people and start loving humanity, I think you approach it very differently. That's one of my biggest goals of my life, definitely.